Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see by the title, this is going to be a story time about the time that I hitchhiked. I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry. I have to do a pledge, so let's just get right on to the pledge first. I, Zenayda Cano, swear, pledge, not to lie in any of my storytime videos. I may perhaps exaggerate, but I will always mention when I exaggerate. We're just going to get right on to the story time, so let's do that. This story takes place in around the holiday times. It was Christmas and New Year's and everybody was celebrating home and around there. So my sister, who I was with, her name is Madeline, she worked at the mall and she worked in one of those kiosks where they sell purses, jewelry, and scarves. Those were the three things that she worked at the mall. Since it was the holiday times and everybody was buying presents and buying gifts, she asked me, "Hey Zenayda, do you want to help me come to my job and help me sell stuff and I'll pay you?" Hell yeah! Hell yeah! So I went, I helped her, and we were getting the job done. We stayed there until the mall closed, like until it closed. The lady that my sister worked for, the boss, she didn't end up paying her that day. So we were with no money. We thought that she was going to pay us, but she didn't. So we were just like, all right, that's fine. That's fine. Just pay her next week, whatever. So it was time to go home. The security guard was kicking everybody out. They were like, oh,
you guys gotta wait outside. You guys can't be in here. Or evacuate. Evacuate.
We were like, yeah, just give us a second. Me and my sister were one of the very few people outside, and we went to the mall in a taxi, and we in our heads thought that with the money that she was going to get paid today, we were going to go home in a taxi. That didn't end up happening because we didn't get paid. Me and my sister were like, okay, we'll just go in a bus. To our knowledge, we didn't know that the buses were closed because it was snowing. So the buses were not coming for us. They weren't. They were closed. By this time, me and my sister were freaking out. We were like, what do we do? Blah, blah, blah. It was around 8 or 9 o'clock. I don't remember if my sister's phone was connected or not, or either it died, but we couldn't use her phone to contact anybody. So there was this other lady to the side of us. She was also waiting for the bus. She didn't know that the bus wasn't going to arrive. We saw that she had a pamphlet of the bus schedule. So we were like, oh, can we see the schedule, please? Do you think they're coming today? She was the one that told us, oh, no, they're not coming today, blah, blah, blah. And so we were just like, damn, where? So me, my sister, and this lady, I don't know how or why, but she seemed like a pretty chill, crazy lady. We'll call her Sandy. While all this was happening, Madeline, me, and Sandy, we were all planning on calling a taxi, splitting the fare or whatever. Sandy didn't have money, my sister didn't have enough money, and it wasn't going to work out well. So we had no idea what to do. The people were telling us, oh, please evacuate the building, please evacuate the building. And we really didn't know what to do. So the lady was like, oh, and there's nobody even here to ask them if they can give us a ride. And me and my sister were just like, we didn't know how we were gonna get home, but that wasn't one of our choices. The lady was like, oh, look, there's a man over there. He's right there by his car. This man, we'll call him Bob. Bob was standing at the side of his truck. I think he was about to leave. He was smoking a cigarette. So Sandy was like, oh, come on, let's go. He's about to leave. Let's go ask him. Like, we gotta do this or we're not gonna get home. And then me and my sister were just like, I was young, so my sister like looked over me. She was like, come on, let's go. We have to go home. So we went up to the man. We were like, Sandy was the one talking. She was like, oh, do you think you can give us a ride to our house? Oh, the buses aren't coming. We don't have enough for a taxi. Like, do you mind giving us a ride? And the man was just looking at us. He was like,
I'm smoking a cigarette. Are you serious? Blah, 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 blah. But he just said something like so rude, but at the same time, like inviting us.
And then we were like, yeah, we need to get home. It's like nighttime. We don't know how else to get home. He was like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And so we went into the car. Sandy sat in the passenger seat next to the driver, which was Bob. And me and my sister were in the back seat together. She was holding my arms, and then we were like locking hands and holding arms and all that jazz. We were in the car and he was driving off, and I was just so scared. I started tearing up, and then my sister saw that I was shaking. Like, she felt my hand shaking. Like, I was so scared. And my sister was like, oh, if he asks us what's our name, say that your name is Amanda. I was like, okay. She was like, don't worry, Zenayda, don't tell mom about this, you know, just keep this between us. Like, I promise you this isn't gonna happen again. Like, I promise you we'll get out of here safe. And then I was just like, okay, baby. And then I was in the car. I remember me like praying to God. I was just like, I was so scared. Him and Sandy were trying to make small talk with us, and we were just like, please, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. Sandy was like, oh, so let's all tell him our names, just in case something happens, you know. We all get out of this alive, and we know each other's names.
And then that's where I was like, what do you mean if we get out of this alive? He ain't doing nothing to us. No, sir.
She asked my sister, what was your name? My sister Madeline said, oh, my name's Stacy. And then she was like, and what's your name? And I started so bad. I was just like, and then my sister was like squeezing my hand. She was like, say Amanda. And then I was like, Amanda. She was like, oh, I hope that's your real name, because, you know, I'm just trying to be safe in case something happens. You know, I don't want any of us to get hurt. I'm just taking precautions. And this lady, what was her name? This lady, she seemed a little sketchy too. The man took another cigarette out. He was like, do you guys mind if I smoke? Do you guys have asthma or anything? And we were like, no, we don't have asthma. That's fine. Go ahead. Well, these two are basically talking and trying to make small talks, trying to get information out of us. Me and my sister in the back seat, like, we were scared out of our mind. Me and my sister are telling this man the way to our house without giving him the exact address, because we didn't want to take any wrong measures. We were like, yeah, go here, we'll here, go here, over here, and here, we'll here, go here, over here. And then once me and my sister knew that our house was in walking distance, that's when we told the man, oh, you can, yeah, it's right here, our house is right here. We pointed at a fake house and we're like, yeah, it's right here, this is our house, thank you. After we got off, me and my sister just started running. We were running. We made it home, and I ended up falling eventually down the big hill of ice. I hurt my bum. Wonderful. That was the time that I hitchhiked, and I know, guys, it's not that interesting, it's not scary, it's not anything special, but I mean, it was something dangerous. And please, guys, don't ever hitchhike. I won't do it again. I definitely won't do it again. And please just consider every chance before you have to stoop down to hitchhiking. I know there's a lot of things that I could have done to not hitchhike, but in that moment, in that time, that was the only thing that seemed possible. Hey, look what I did to myself. So that was it for today's video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that video as much as I did making it. If you guys want to hear more story times or any other video, please leave them down in the description. Please leave them down in the comments below, and that's all I gotta say, guys. So peace.